So, did you watch last night's Thursday night football game? What'd you think?
I didn't watch the game fully, but I did see the ending of that. And I watched the highlights of the game. What's his name threw like three picks. That guy, what's his name, Ripien, and like kept the Jets in it the whole time. Sam Darnold was running for his life. He had like zero chances, and he was making some great plays. But the ending, I think, to me was like the weirdest part, the most puzzling part. They're down two scores, and Adam Gase uses all his timeouts, and then Fangio opts to like pass the ball and throw him out of bounds or whatever, and they get those two pass interference or the roughing the passer penalty, and then after the game, Fangio didn't want to shake hands with Adam Gase, and a lot of people are, from what I see, a lot of people are saying like, oh, he should have just shook his hand, but I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty because I think there was 5 personal foul penalties all game against the Jets defense, and that's fucked up, especially at the end there. I don't know what he was trying to do, thinking that the quarterback can throw a 9-second pass because it was like fourth down with 9 seconds left, and he just tried to throw a bomb to like run out the clock, and it was offsides, and like the quarterback got wrecked, but they didn't call the personal foul. And then on the next play, they did the same exact thing, just tried to like chuck the ball up, and the quarterback got fouled again. So, Fangio has all the right in the world to be pissed, and he didn't want his players shaking hands. He didn't want to shake hands. So I don't blame him. I mean, it's a shitty thing. And people are saying that, this isn't Adam Gase's fault. This is Greg Williams' defense. Guess what? This is Adam Gase's team. He should be responsible for what Greg Williams is doing on the defense. So this 100% falls on Gase. The fact that the Jets are sucking so bad falls on Gase. And I don't know how he has a job. I know before the game, stories came out that he's not going to get fired regardless of the outcome, but he should be gone. I have no idea how this guy's managed to keep his job.
Yeah, honestly, he should be gone after this because they're 0-4. The playoffs were out of the question before this season, let alone now the way they're just a complete dumpster fire. And like you said, the head coach, regardless of if it was the defensive side of the ball, if it was the special teams who did that shit, he's ultimately responsible for those people excelling because he puts the coaches in that position to coach the players. So ultimately, it falls on the head coach, and he probably could care less. He's over there fucking sniffing salts, getting high out of his fucking mind. He probably had no idea what happened. Um, and it was just absurd to me. I just think that how, like you said, how does he have his job to this point is beyond me. He should have never got. I mean, like everyone's saying he got his job because of Peyton Manning. When he left Peyton Manning to go to Chicago, they were the 21st ranked offense in the NFL. After his first year there with Jay Cutler, they were the 21st ranked offense in the NFL. He didn't make them any better. Whatever offensive genius he had was not there. He goes to Miami, and progressively they got worse. And by the time he left, they were the 32nd ranked offense in the NFL. And then you look at the players who he coached. Ryan Tannehill, undoubtedly having the best season ever as a player for him. I think he led the league in passer rating when he took over for the Titans last year. Led up to AFC Championship. I mean, a lot of that was Derrick Henry, but regardless, he played a lot better than he did in Miami. You look at Devontae Parker, who had his best season last year when Adam Gase was not there. And then you look at Kenyon Drake, who went to the Cardinals and undoubtedly for I think he had like 900 all-purpose yards or whatever it was for 8 weeks of football when he left Miami. So it's like if you look at the players he coaches and like the product he puts on the field, other than having Peyton Manning, who was probably calling his own goddamn plays at the line, none of that. I don't know like how he finessed his way to be a failure, still get a job, fail again, and then get another job. He's failing right now, and he's still there. Like it just makes no sense. He definitely has the nudes of the owner or something. I don't know what the hell he has to have his job. And I get like historically the Jets have not fired their coaches mid-season. They've always let them play it out. But you have to do something like
Yeah, at this point, it would be a miracle if he comes back next year. So why not let him go and see what you have left with the coaches? I don't know if Greg Williams is going to be a good candidate for a coach, especially after last night's showing. But I don't know who's their offensive coordinator. Do you know offhand?
I actually don't even know offhand, but
But just see what you have with coaching, because obviously Gase is not coming back next year. considering the performance through the first 4 weeks.
Right, and then to look at like the case with Greg Williams, when he became the coach for Hugh Jackson in Cleveland, Baker Mayfield looked like unreal. That could happen for Sam Darnold, right? If you get another coach in there, he is responsible for that defense, but being a head coach is a little bit different than a coordinator. So if he's just better at a head coach for the Jets than he is as a defensive coordinator, why not give him a shot? Maybe Sam Darnold puts out film that allows you to either know he's not going to be the guy or he is the guy. That's something we could work with. But keep adding Gase in there, he's inevitably going to get fired. What does that really do? And the only thing I can think of is like torturing him. Like, if we all got to watch this, you got to watch this shit too.
Yeah, or hoping he just quits.
I don't know, get him coked up on the sideline, whatever the hell he's doing over there.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah, dude, that dude, he was fucking. It looked like a drug deal. The guy comes over, hands it over, and he's just like looking around, and then goes and takes the sniff and like goes in the fucking pound town. I mean, I think it's a complete shit show, and I couldn't only imagine playing on the Jets. Any player on that team, like no one wants to play on that team. Like not only you're playing at such a big market, like everyone's eyes are on you, and then it's just a complete shit show. From what everyone says about Adam Gase, like he is just not a good coach to be around. I don't know. It's just, I was really surprised he still has a job. Like, it makes you feel like you could just apply for the Jets off a head coach position and you'd get it. You just got to be better than Gase, which at this point sounds like pretty easy.
And speaking of Darnold too, I mean that's almost what it seems like Gase does, is like bottleneck players like to where they can't reach their full potential. And a lot of the stories coming out are that Darnold's actually a pretty good quarterback and Gase is the reason he's struggling. And I mean, last night you saw like glimpses of how good Darnold can be. I mean, even in like his first game ever in the NFL, his first pass was a pick six, but he like rallied back and won and beat the Lions. So the guy does have potential. It's just the question is he inconsistent or is Gase the fault? He got hurt last night too, and I don't know if it was his choice or Gase's choice, but he came back after his injury. Same thing happened with Le'Veon Bell in week 1 where Gase made him go back into the game. I don't know if he made him go back, but if your star running back is hurt and, there's a probability you could get hurt even more going back into the game, I feel like you should probably think about the future and let him just sit out the game considering it's lost. Last night, Darnold went back in, and I think I saw reports today that he's got like a AC joint injury, and he's definitely going to be out for the next like 2 to 3 weeks.
I truly don't get what the purpose of him staying there is, but the Jets have other plans, and maybe they're trying to tank for Trevor. I don't know.
Yeah, if they do tank for Trevor, the question is if Darnold's going to be in New York or if he's going to be going elsewhere. It's going to suck if, Gase stays there the whole year and doesn't let Darnold kind of put out any good film on him and his, stock drops.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know what they're doing, but
I feel like this podcast is going to be known for just shitting on Adam Gase.
That's what it seems like, but I feel like everyone in the entire NFL is doing that right now. We're just kind of joining the circus.
We're just hopping on the trends. Thank you for listening in to this clip of the Moose Bros podcast. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment below, and subscribe to this channel to see more clips just like this one. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, you can find us at Spotify or Apple Podcasts under Moose Bros Sports.